we're the team behind Run, Cholo Run. My name's Ian.
I'm Course.
Course did most of the writing. I did the editing. Do you remember when we started?
I think I came on somewhere in the middle. This was like a trilogy.
Right. Yeah, so I was remembering the first short film was called Bridge to Nowhere.
Yeah.
And my idea was this kid in a home, and he's about to graduate out, and he gets to go on this adventure trip as a final whatever with the caseworker, and before he turns 18 and he's on his own, right? So I'd heard about this Bridge to Nowhere hike. So Ethan was helping me write that script. And we hiked, and if you go in the mountains north of Pasadena, 5 miles out through, you have to cross the river because the road washed out in 4 places.
Wow.
And you hike in there 5 miles, and there's this literal bridge over a 150-foot gorge, and at the end of it is a mountain. There used to be a tunnel. They were carving a road up to Palmdale,
Wow.
and this storm came through and wiped out the road, and then the tunnel collapsed. So now there's this literal bridge to nowhere, and it just seemed like this metaphor for this story, right? This kid's life wasn't going anywhere, and
Yeah. Wasn't there a bungee jumping?
right. So Bungee America runs a program. You can hike out there, and they'll meet you, and they X-ray the bridge once a year to make sure it's safe, and you can jump head first, 150 feet to the water, and bungee back up. And the reason I know how old this project is, because the short came out in 2012.
Okay.
But my son, I was showing the video of bungee jumping, and my son was a toddler. He was 1. He was under 2. And he's sitting right next to me, and he looks on the screen, he sees me jump off the bridge, and he starts crying.
Wow.
Because he couldn't disconnect the fact that happened before. That's not me right now. I'm right here.
You traumatized him.
I didn't traumatize him because he started mimicking my stunts later. But
D-Fax is coming.
right.
Just kidding.
So that was Bridge to Nowhere. Then the second short that I wrote, I wanted to do a car chase. And I was like, who should be in this car? And I wanted the most conflict. And I put this boyfriend, girlfriend that were fighting over.
That was inspired by Born Supremacy, right? Or
I was inspired by Born Supremacy.
Yes,
Yeah, I wanted to make
You wanted a car chase.
a 1-minute car chase for $0, right? How do you do that? I'll get into that later, I guess. So, and then I met you at a film festival.
Yeah.
168.
168. Yeah.
And you had a background in gangs that I don't have.
Yeah. I mean, more like a street life, but I guess I would have still been considered a gang,
Right?
Yeah. And so it was. I came out of kind of a more of like a drug dealing, hustling type of life, and it was God saved me from that life, and so I had a lot of experience, and then I'd been in the music industry, obviously, which also carried a lot of people over from that same life, and some people were still in it. And so, my experiences kind of transcended in a lot of different ways.
And were you a charter school teacher at that time?
I was between working for Stars, and I was doing after school programs at charter school. But I think actually, no, I may have been teaching special ed at that time as well. So I may have been doing special ed teaching at a charter school in kind of on the west side.
Okay. And obviously neither of us are Latino. So, and originally the story wasn't necessarily Latino, but when we came to the car chase, it was just a funny riff on that movie Run, Lola, Run.
Yes.
And I guess I should have made it a female lead, and it could have been Run, Cholo, Run. But I came up with Run, Cholo, Run. And I struggled really hard to put some comedy in the script. And the only comedy is the title.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't give Juancho any bullets when they give him an assignment.
Where you going? No bullets, Marco!
There was a song out at the time too that was pretty popular. It was I Lean Like a Cholo.
Right.
And so I think that kind of
Which is a pretty positive, fun song, right?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And that guy's getting the ad sales on the 2 million views.
Nice. Congrats to you.
Right, congrats to you guys. I did get licensed music, but I didn't put it up. I put it up too late, and the video already went viral, and I'm like, I'm not going to take it down. It's got
was like 1 million hits.
A million hits at that time, and now it's 2 million. So thank you all. We're glad you love it.
Wish we were getting paid from it.
Right. Well, let's see what we can do about that.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys have been waiting forever on a feature. So what have we attempted to do since the short?
Oh,
well, I
yeah.
should say we won a couple awards.
Yeah, there's been some awards and a lot of rewrites.
A ton of rewrites.
A ton of rewrites. So yeah, I remember I wrote a first draft, which I still kind of like, but we wasn't quite right. And we had another pass.
You're talking about a feature?
The feature draft.
Right.
Yeah.
You wrote 2 completely different treatments for a feature.
Yeah, that was before the script. Yes.
Right. So he had 2. He's a fast writer. Coors has got really awesome ideas. So yeah, you wrote a first draft of the second treatment idea.
Yes.
Or actually, I didn't know about the second treatment.
Maybe.
And I thought you were writing the first treatment, and you came back with this totally brand new script. I'm like, what the heck is
Yeah,
this?
it's totally different. Yeah, that was the military spin.
Yeah. The wounded warrior Wancho goes to Afghanistan 5 years after Cholo Run the short.
Yeah.
So that one's really cool, and you guys don't know that story except for maybe I posted the first page.
Oh, nice.
So that was just a tease, but you guys are ready for another tease, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, so now that script's been through a lot of rewrites. It went through a table read with the actors from the short, and they gave me notes. And Tanya Cha-Cha Sandoval-McMahon, Mexican-American, has now gone through the script for a new draft. I haven't fully read it, but I'm in the middle of polishing that up.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to see where she's taking it. But she's added authenticity, especially the female characters. So it's going to be a really powerful script.
I remember I met a gentleman, a Latino gentleman who had been in prison for quite some time, and I discussed some things with him and got some really good notes, got some really good stuff from him. But yeah, I think the idea was to make it as authentic as possible and to actually do justice to the Latino community.
And yeah, not take advantage of a culture that's not ours.
Absolutely, and it's just something that happens in Hollywood a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to introduce you to Tanya when she's not. We're in Texas right now. She's in California. We'll make an opportunity to introduce you to Tanya.
Very cool. Well, I know the plan is to hire a lot of Latinos and a lot of people behind and obviously in front of the camera as well.
And we have to shoot in LA.
We have to shoot in LA. It's an LA story.
By the way, if you know any actors that are amputee, because Wancho gets his foot blown off in the opening scene, so there's not too many amputee actors out there to choose from, and we need a Latino.
You gave that away though.
I can cut that out. Maybe we don't tell everybody. But if I post any pages, they're gonna find out.
Yes, that's true. I mean, if it stays, it stays. I mean,
hey, you got to give obstacles to your heroes.
Absolutely, he has some great. He overcomes a lot of things.
Physical and mental and
Absolutely.
emotional and spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's exciting.